Warning. The following video contains a lot of lag, poor editing skills, and a whole lot of fails. If you want to see a good YouTuber, check out literally anyone else. Viewer discretion is, of course, advised. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sven, and welcome to the first ever Mineplex video here on my channel. First of all, a huge thank you to you for taking the time out of your day and deciding to spend some of it here on my channel with me. It means so much to me. So again, a huge thank you to you. To be completely honest, I honestly don't know where this channel is going to go. But I feel like this is a really cool way to interact with you guys, and I feel as though I have a lot of really cool video ideas in the future. And you know, if you have any video ideas of your own whatsoever, please leave them in the comment section below. Also, before we start, this is the first ever video that I put any amount of effort in. So if you have any suggestions or feedback on how I can make my videos even better than what it is now, and any and all feedback is greatly appreciated, so please let me know. And so in this video, I asked you guys to send me your burning questions, and y'all certainly did not disappoint. So today, I'm going to be answering them all. So sit back, relax, hold on to your wigs, and let's get right into it. Alright, so the first question comes from Shame, and he asks, what is your biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve would probably have to be those people who don't use their signal on the highway or the roads. It's really dangerous when you're just going down the road and people just weave into your lane just like they own the place. So my pet peeve is definitely people don't use their signal. It's not that difficult. It's just one flick of a little thing, a little button. Like, it's not that difficult, but for some reason people don't know how to use it, and it really makes me angry when I'm on the road. And the next question comes from Hestong, the trainee Hestong, and he asks, Sven, I got a couple questions for your Q&A video. Well, questions. So, what is your ideal community member? My ideal community member is someone who is their best true self, someone who follows the rules, who sets an examples for others to follow, and who overall is just a very engaged person in the community, whether it be on the forums, on the Discord, in game, just people who are themselves and who are not afraid to be themselves, who let their personality shine, and who help others to grow and learn from everything that goes on the server. So my ideal community member, there really isn't one exact community member I'm thinking of, but just someone, the idea is someone who is just a stand-up person, who has a great personality, who is really engaged on the server for sure. He then asks, does pineapple belong on pizza? Absolutely not. What do you think I am, an animal? No, 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 no. I like to eat my pizza with a fork and knife, girl. I like to eat it and like the meat lovers pizza, like a vegetarian pizza, pizza with those peppers on it. But pineapple? What is this? What is this? Lord of the Flies? We live in a civilized society here, girl. So no, to answer your question, does pineapple belong on pizza? No, absolutely not. It does not belong on pizza. It belongs like anything else but pizza. And our next question today comes from Esley6, my mentee Esley, and he asks, hello Sven, question for your video. How would you go about dealing with toxic players or players who just say hurtful things to make us feel bad? And this is a really good question, especially as staff members. Sometimes we get the brunt of jokes, and sometimes we get a lot of mean comments thrown our way because of the work and the nature of the work that we do. So I think one of the biggest things that I would recommend to anybody who's dealing with a toxic player, whether it be in-game or just in life, toxic people in life who say hurtful things, is just to ignore them and just live your best self. Do you, boo, I think is the phrase that I really want to use here, because if you ignore them, you take away their power that they have over you. If you ignore them and just continue living your best self, then they have no leverage over you. You're your own person, and you won't be impacted by what they say. And I find, like, especially in my years in high school, A lot of the people who either bullied me or said hurtful things to me or are not doing, the best things with their lives. So at the end of the day, I mean, you just got to do what's best for you, and you got to be successful and be your best self. And at the end of the day, you're really going to get the last laugh if you do that. So don't engage with toxic people. Just rise above that, and again, be your best self, and just do you, boo. Don't listen to anybody else because their words don't matter. And keeping things rolling, the next question comes from Aconic, who is one of my favorite people on the staff team, and he asks a bunch of questions, but firstly, who is the best Minecon manager? For those who don't know, Minecon is, you guys know what Minecon is, but myself, Iconic, and a couple other staff members, we made a mock Minecon event in one of the lobbies, and it was just fun. And so he asked, who is the best Minecon manager? Definitely me. I think I'm really good at my job, and I would say that I'm my best Minecon manager. He also asks, what color is your hair, if you have any? So my color is, the color of my hair is brown. It's like a dirty blonde, brown-ish. So that's the color of my hair. Who is your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon would have to be Azelf from the Sinnoh region, from the Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum series. The reasoning being is that it was the first ever legendary that I caught. I really love the design of it. I think like the two tails and the psychic abilities that it has, especially the wide range of moves that it can learn, is really, really cool, and I really like the Pokemon. It's not the best one, it's not the best legendary out there, but I really like, it's very sentimental to me, I guess. Are you British? No, I'm Canadian, but I guess Canada was once part of Britain, so yeah, I guess so. Quiero salsa? If you want salsa, you can go for it, Iconic. If you went for another senior mod team, what would it be? If I went for another senior mod team, it would be staff management. But if the question was more geared towards what other staff team or the senior mod team would I go for, I would probably go for recruitment, in all honesty. Recruitment is a really interesting process of doing things, and I really like reading what people have to say, whether it be on the forums, whether it be in a newsletter, whether it be in game. So I feel like reading a lot of applications would be a really fun thing for me to do, and I think I'd really enjoy being a recruiter at the end of the day. And finally, why did you come back to Mineplex? So I came back to Mineplex. I think the answer here is that I never really left Mineplex. I mean, I did leave physically for 4 years, like I was on a hiatus, like One Direction or something, but I really never truly left Mineplex. I think Mineplex was always in the back of my mind, and every once in a while I check the forums and see how things changed, and I'd log on, very briefly just to kind of see what's going on. So I never really left Mineplex, but I came back in full force because when I came back one of the times in December of last year, I met some trainees, Absent Accounts, I met Saucy Style, Messcat, and I had some talks with them, interactions with them. They were trainees at the time. And the way that they're working together, the way they meshed, their staff bonding really made me miss the staff team, and hence it made me want to come back to the Mineplex staff team and also just stick around in Mineplex because I realized and remembered how special the Mineplex community is. In terms of how special the Mineplex community is, like this is something that not a lot of communities can achieve, not a lot of other servers can achieve. With Mineplex, it doesn't matter if our player count is 40,000 or if it's 10,000. We have a really special community, and we have a good community that has a lot of really special bonds in it. So I think the combination of I missed just the general environment, I missed the community, and I missed being a part of the server as a whole definitely encouraged me to come back to Mineplex. Yeah, thanks for the question, Aconic. Our next question today comes from Uf, who asks, why did you first become a mod? What drove you to join Mineplex in general? Do any of your friends know that you're a moderator for the staff team? This is a good question, actually, because first, why did I first become a mod? I first become a mod? I became a mod because I passed my trainee trial. I guess the core of your question there is that why did I want to be a mod to begin with? And I think because I really wanted to get back to the community, I really wanted to help moderate things. When I was back in 2015, I really was not frustrated, but I wanted to make a change when it came to the hackers on the server. So that's why I initially applied in 2015 to be a helper. And I wanted to be a mod because I wanted to continue that work that I've been doing as a trainee. And what drove you to join the Mineplex in general? Well, back in 2014, it was actually funny. Back in 2014, it was Sundy's videos that initially got me interested in the server. He, for those who are OG fans of Sundy, he essentially did a series on SSM, Super Smash Mobs, and I really loved his video series, and I really loved the gameplay aspect of it. So I joined the server just to play that game and potentially meet my iconic, like, my favorite YouTuber, Sundy, in the game. I never did, but like that's beside the point. Yeah, so that's what initially got me interested in Mineplex was Sundy's Let's Play series on the server, which is cool. Do any of your friends know that you're a moderator on the staff team? Not many of my close friends, but some of my friends know that I work for a company and that I am a moderator on it, but not too many people know. It's not really something that I publicize freely. If people ask, I will say yes, but if they don't, then I won't mention it. Next question is, what skills have you learned from being on the staff team? Well, one of the skills that I think is most important is responsibility, especially from a mentoring assistant perspective. I'm responsible for mentoring alongside the mentor who manages me. Several mentees, and it takes a lot of responsibility and time management in order to know how to balance your work, your life stuff, and as well your Mineplex duties. So definitely responsibility and time management skills are two very big skills that I think I learned from being on the staff team. Can you please be my dad? Please, I have the adoption papers ready. No. The next question he asks is, what was your most dramatic moment as a moderator? I feel like the most dramatic moment for me as a moderator was probably at the Mineplex Oscars event, where I won the Best Singer award. I think that was a really special moment for me, not just as a moderator, but just as a community member, because I never got recognized for the singing that I did throughout my years, throughout my childhood. So definitely that was probably the most dramatic moment for me as a moderator. So yeah. And finally, he asks, what other games do you play, if any? Ooh, that's a good question. I play a game called Wizard 101, which is a PC MOPG, MORG, basically a role-play game where you are like a wizard, you're in like a little school, you get to learn some spells like you're Harry Potter, and you basically beat monsters and bosses and level up and stuff. It's a really fun game. If you want something that's like wizardry school that's not Harry Potter, but it kind of is, definitely check it out. It's a really good game. Besides that, I don't really play too much. I don't really have time. And finally, what is your favorite game to play on Mineplex? My favorite game to play on Mineplex is definitely Super Smash Mobs. And I think a close second would probably have to be Gravity when it was still around. For those who don't know, Gravity was a really, really fun game that no one understood how to play. But I did, and I really loved the game, and it was just a really cool game, and I miss it. But yeah, those are the two games that I play on Mineplex. So Gravity, which no longer exists, and Super Smash Mobs for sure. Thank you for the question. Our next question is submitted by Sakusi, and he asks, what was your original idea for the username Sven? I think a lot of people have this idea that I had this epiphany that I wanted the name Sven. But it was really more like I wanted to have like an OG name back in 2015. My last username was Comet439. It was a very interesting name. And so I was kind of looking for an OG name. So I was looking online, and at that time, I believe the movie Frozen was out for either a year or two at that point. And so I was like, like maybe I really like the music. I just saw the music for the first time in 2015. So I was like running through all the characters' names and seeing if any were available, having the expectation that probably none of them were available because, let's be honest, it's a Disney movie, and Disney movies, well, people love them, so Minecraft username, mine right there. But yeah, so I I just tried Sven, and for whatever reason, it wasn't taken, and I quickly clicked the change button, and here we are today. So it really wasn't like a huge. I don't have my name's not Sven. I'm not Swedish, so there's not really much of an explanation. It was just like I tried the name and, well, it worked. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question, Sakusi. And the next question comes from Crazy Tim, and he asks, how did you start to sing, and how did you improve? So I started singing for as long as I can remember. I started singing, I believe, when I just started talking. I think music was just a huge part of my life, and I really, really love listening to music. And I started singing Queen when I was younger, because that's the only band that my father played when I was in the car with him. So I grew up listening to Queen and other kind of 60s, 70s, 80s rock music. And from there, how did I improve? I just kept singing every day. And for me, I just listened to more types of musicians, and I kind of was able to learn how they sang different notes, how they made different sounds. And after that, I just continued to practice, and here we are today. Yeah, I mean, I'm nowhere near being an amazing singer by any means, but singing is a really good stress reliever for me, and I'm a very stressful person at times. So I'm definitely, how did I start singing? Definitely by listening to Queen. And how did I improve? Just keep on singing. Kind of like Dory, just keep singing, just keep singing. It's swimming, but I know I want to say singing. So I hope that answers your question, Tim. Thanks for the question. Our final question today comes from Reddit Credit, and he asks, what advice would you give to aspiring writers? One of the biggest and probably the most influential advice that I've been given by someone else is just to keep on writing. We don't all start off being prodigy writers, and I don't think anybody of us really are prodigy writers, but the best advice I could give to anybody in terms of writing is just to keep on writing, whether it be writing journals, entries, whether it be writing newspaper articles, whether it be just writing essays for school. Just keep on writing, because as you continue to write and as you continue to learn from your mistakes and how you can improve, then you'll grow and you'll learn new writing techniques, and you'll go and continue from there. So to aspiring writers, just keep on writing. Don't let anybody tell you what you're writing is stupid. Because it is your writing, and it's your style, and it's your art. It's your art. I believe writing is an art. So just keep on writing and don't care what any other people has to say. So I hope that answers your question. I hope that provides you with some advice. Yes. So that concludes all the questions that were submitted. Thank you to everybody who submitted a question. I really enjoyed going through all the questions and answering them for you guys. If you do have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below this video. I will be able to reply to them. And also, if you have any general feedback for how I can improve my videos, or just improve in any sense, please let me know. I'm really open to a lot of feedback, so again, let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the first video here on my channel, and I hope to see you back when I post next time. Oh my god, yeah. So thank you guys so much, and please enjoy the rest of the video as I continuously fail parkouring. Thank you, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye.